Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a deep clean of my refrigerator. Normally I do a whole house clean with me or a specific room clean with me on Fridays, but this week, just because my house is so chaotic from the renovations, I went ahead and decided just to do a deep clean of the fridge. It definitely needed to get done, so I am glad that I did it. But yeah, you don't really think about needing to clean your fridge until it gets like this. So if you want to go ahead and see how I tackled this disgusting mess, go ahead and keep on watching. If you are new to my channel, my name is Emily. I do cleaning and home organization videos. I am a mom of a toddler boy, and he is an absolute mess, and I absolutely love it. So if you like videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I do post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and leave a comment below what you would like to see next, and I will definitely get around to it.
But will you let me down?
I'm actually pretty ashamed with what the bottom of my freezer looked like, but in my defense, I can't even barely get back there. It's really hard to take that drawer in and out, so it never happens, and I don't bend down to really see it very often, so I had no idea it was that bad, so I'm glad this got done.
I feel so much for you that I don't know what to do. Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. This time I must know for sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and just start by clearing off the counters, giving me a little bit of space to work with. I'm going to be emptying out the fridge entirely and then taking all of the drawers and shelves out to clean them. So I definitely want a clean working surface. I don't have a ton of room in this kitchen, so I kind of just had to shuffle things around to make do, but went ahead and wiped down the surfaces to make sure they were all disinfected and clean so that I could go ahead and start pulling everything out. Just lay a towel down so I have somewhere to put the cleaned drawers and shelves. That way they can go ahead and dry. So if you're going to go ahead and tackle this project as well, I would start by emptying out everything in your fridge, all the contents of it. As you're doing this, go ahead and make sure you're looking at expiration dates, things that are no good anymore, leftovers that may have been in there too long, and just toss all of that. As I was emptying this out, I was actually setting aside the things that were going to be going back in the fridge. I was putting them aside in piles, organized to how I was going to be restocking them in the fridge. So all the condiments went together, all the dairy products went together, all the drinks were in a different pile. So whatever you guys need to do that'll work for you, go ahead and just empty it out and just start with a clean slate.
I can taste
As you can see, once you get everything emptied out of your fridge, you can just see all the smudge marks and the sticky spots and the crumbs that are left behind. It's really gross. I'm actually pretty upset that I haven't done this sooner, but it's definitely going to be something I'm going to be doing more often now that I know how gross it actually gets when it's neglected. Yes, that is chocolate syrup puddled in my shelf. I had the bright idea of flipping the almost empty chocolate syrup bottle upside down so that way it was ready to go when I wanted to make chocolate milk, and that's what happened. Okay, so this is the pile of expired food that I'm tossing. And then I have the drinks and everything on one side. That's all my dairy products, eggs, things like that. And then all my condiments are together there. And then those are leftovers that are actually still good. So that's how I emptied everything out. So everything's empty, so I'm just pulling out all of the drawers and shelves. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to clean them if they are not in the fridge. So I'm pulling all of those out first, and then I'll begin by wiping out the main body of the refrigerator. So I used Method Anti-Bac Spray on the doors. For the inside of the fridge though, I'm actually just using this little sponge wand and then my Everspring dish soap. I didn't want to put any chemicals or any cleaners. I mean, I know Method is plant-based, but I didn't want to put anything other than just soap inside the actual fridge where the rest of the food is going to go. So I'm just scrubbing that down. It was actually super easy and it took everything off.
I know that you're afraid, believe me when I say it's alright, we'll get by. Our colors fade away, I hope it's just a phase. I tell myself that we'll be okay. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined.
Make sure you're getting all the nooks and crannies, things that you don't really see or are able to reach. I did try to wipe off the styrofoam in the back of the fridge, and you actually can't clean that off. I don't know if you've ever tried to clean styrofoam. It doesn't happen.
There has to be a way out of this place. Just gotta follow our tracks. Remember what you said way back when we met. It went something like this. You take my breath away. It's crazy how you're making me feel. The way you're smiling at me, I want it back, this feeling. I can see us working it out. You're all that matters to me. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go.
So I'm just returning a couple things back to the refrigerator while I scrub out the shelves and the drawers. I just didn't want them sitting out on the counter for too long, so I'm just putting those back in there so that I can have a little bit more time.
We're lost right now.
And these shelves were actually still pretty cold when I went to go clean them, so I'm just making sure I'm not putting hot water on them. Since they are glass, I was afraid the temperature change, since it was so drastic, was going to shatter them. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I do not want to take any chances.
I will never let go, let go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our souls intertwined, I'm not letting go. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Put your hands into mine, wanna feel you close. So hold on to me, baby, hold on. Got our
You don't forget your first love. We were young and wild.
So this is the biggest shelf, so I just wanted to go ahead and dry that off and get that guy done, so that way he could go back in the refrigerator. I just needed to clear up some counter space so that I could finish washing the rest of them.
I got drunk for the first time. I thought I was cool. I thought I looked smooth in your eyes and tried to make a move. It was our time, the time of our lives. You were on my mind, my ride or die. It was our time, the time of our lives. You were on my mind, my ride or die. Yeah.
So I had like 5 of these shelves, I think, that I had to wash. It was actually pretty therapeutic for me to do this. I have no idea why, but when I sprayed off the bottom of the shelf and it was like spraying from underneath the glass, I don't know why, I enjoyed that.
We were so damn high, we could touch the sky. Drunk on love, drunk on your lips, the feeling I will forever miss. And I got drunk for the first time. I thought I was cool. I thought I looked smooth in your eyes and tried to make a move. It was our time, the time of our lives. You were on my mind, my ride or die. It was our time, the time of our lives. You were on my mind, my ride or die. Yeah. You were on my mind, my ride or die. Yeah. You were on my mind, my ride or die. Yeah. You were my ride or die. 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 Summertime, the time of our lives. You were on my mind.
Okay, moving on to the side shelves of the refrigerator door. I'm just going to go ahead and fill those with some dish soap and hot water and let those soak, so that way I can get all of the chocolate syrup and stuff out of the shelf. So while those are soaking, I'm going to go ahead and just put the clean shelves back in the refrigerator. These are the adjustable ones. You put them at whatever height, so it took me a second to get those. Also, notice how I open and close the door with my foot. That is called skills.
We were young and wild. We were up all night.
Alright, so since those have had a few minutes to go ahead and soak, I'm just going to go ahead and scrub all of those out, get all the chocolate syrup and everything out of all of the drawers, rinse them really well, and then I'll lay those upside down so that way they can dry before I put them back in.
'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some. Feel your body losing up the tension. Baby, did I mention I'll be here for you? And my body show you new dimensions. Baby, did I mention this is what I do? Let it go, lose control like you're on a ride. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Give it up, never stop, don't be scared of heights. Let me free your mind, let me free your mind. Let me free your mind. Let me free your mind. If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all the world. 'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some. Feel your body losing up the tension.
So this is like the large, like, cheese drawer. I don't know if it's a cheese drawer for vegetables or I don't know what it's supposed to be used for, but it was way too big to put in my sink, so I'm just going to wipe it down with some Method. I got all the crumbs out of it first, and now I'm just going to spray it and get that all wiped out. And same thing with the crisper drawers. They're just a little bit too deep to fit in my sink, so I'm just spraying those out. This drawer I struggled with actually putting it back in because I had it backwards and I had no idea why it wasn't fitting. Well, if you just pay attention, maybe you could do it right the first time.
I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line.
Since all my shelves were actually back in, I'm going to go ahead and restore some of the contents back into the refrigerator, and then I'll start working on the doors. They weren't 100% dry, so I went ahead and just wiped them out with a dry, clean cloth before I put them back in.
But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last. Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast? Will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Be on our separate ways as we fade into gray.
There's not an art to organization. Do whatever you feel like will benefit your family's needs better. I went ahead and put the dressings and sauces on the bottom. It's stuff that we access more often, and I feel like they get lost in the big body of the fridge if they're not in a specific place. So maybe those are gonna be a little bit more easily accessible. And then of course the butter goes in the butter dish, and then miscellaneous things go up on top because we really don't grab those that often.
It's time to surrender now that it's ended.
And I'm not sure what happened to some of my video, but I put again, things that we don't really access very often on the top shelf on the other side, condiments and jelly on the second shelf, and then it cut out, but I always have my creamer and coffee easily accessible on the big bottom shelf of the left-hand side.
And what do we care to dream? We gotta
Sometimes I do awkward things. I apologize.
too late.
And now I'm just replacing our leftovers back into the fridge. They are still good. We've been cooking almost every single night, so we do have quite a bit of leftovers, but we're eating them for lunch and stuff, so. Okay, so I'm not actually going to organize the freezer just because we have so much stuff in there, and I don't even know. I just can't do it. But I am cleaning out from behind it. There was like popsicles back there. There was a pizza roll. Hello. And just this big, splotchy, sticky mess that it took forever. You know what's harder to clean up than just a sticky mess? A frozen sticky mess. But I did it.
Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby, you got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are.
There is a before and an after. So much better. Now I'm just going to go ahead and clean off the outside of the fridge. I started by taking all the magnets off. The spray I'm using, I accidentally grabbed the wrong one. This is actually a bathroom method spray, so it's like foamy. But it smells good and it did the job, so whatevs. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys went ahead and tackled this as well. It's something that we neglect way too often, but boy am I glad it's done.
You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoy videos like this, and we'll see you next time.
I don't care at all, baby, you got my attention.